Thanks for watching this video. Before we get started, sign up for this email newsletter and I'll give you my step-by-step e-guide for taking candid photos of kids. Hello and welcome to this video on Photography TV. Now during this episode of Gear TV, what we're going to focus on is what would I look to buy if I had a $500 budget. Assuming I don't have any other gear, really putting a package together with that budget in mind to make sure I get everything I need to really get a good set put together within that $500 budget. So during this video, we're going to do that really with three different pieces. The first thing we're going to look at is what's the type of gear I should be looking at for a $500 budget? Cameras, lenses, etc. Once we do that, we'll actually go to a really common website for photography and we'll look at buying that type of gear. Exactly what we'd get, what our strategy would be to actually buy it. And then third, once the shipment arrives, we'll actually open it up, look at it, and go take some test shots to really show you what we got with this $500 budget. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I want to think about is, well, what should I be trying to buy gear-wise with this $500 budget? So first, obviously, is I need to buy a camera. So we're going to talk about a DSLR for the body type in this particular example. And so knowing that's a $500 budget and I need to buy a camera, and also which we'll talk about is some lenses, I'm probably going to be looking at starting with more of an entry-level type of camera. And so as it relates to different manufacturers, there's a variety of different types, but the big two are Canon and Nikon. In addition, you might look at Sony or Pentax or even other providers. And so for the example that we're going to look at today is I've done some research, and really where I saw one of the biggest values was within Nikon. And so right now the Nikon D3300 is a really good body that we're able to get easily within that $500 price point, which will also give us some extra money to be able to buy some lenses. Now, even though for this video we're going to focus on that D3300, I want to make you aware that over time different bodies will come up, different brands will offer different things. So this video isn't really designed just to talk about that one specific body. It's really to show you everything that you're going to need. I'm just going to use this body at this point in time as that example, but once you've got that body in mind, the next thing you want to be looking at within this budget range is what lenses can I get? Because that's the benefit of a DSLR, is you can switch different lenses. And so what I'm going to really want to focus on for this price point is I want to at least try to get two different lenses. The two different lenses that I want to focus on is I want to get more of a wide to standard zoom lens. And so that could be anywhere from a focal length of maybe 18 to 55 as an example, more of a wide to standard type of zoom range. Another lens type that I'll be looking for is more of a telephoto zoom lens. And so that could go anywhere from maybe if I pick up at 55 out all the way to 200 millimeters. Because those different numbers, the bigger the number, the more it can zoom. And so if I can get those two lenses, an 18 to 55, a 55 to 200, I've got two different lenses, but I can go anywhere from 18, which is more of a wide, pretty open look, which I can fit a lot of things in a different frame, zooming all the way into 200, which that telephoto type lens is really good for shooting sports, where you might be a little bit further away from the action, or if kids are out playing and they're a little further away and you really want to zoom in close, that's where the telephoto is going to come in. So that's going to be key. Don't worry as much about the brand and the exact model that I'm buying. I'll show you that here in a moment, but really focus on, I need a body, which is the camera, and then I need two different lenses really to complete a good set. More of a standard to wide lens, and then more of a telephoto lens to get that extra zoom, extra reach. So I'm really looking for those three pieces as I really start to put this together within that $500 budget. All right, so that was really step one, was figure out what type of gear I want to get, the camera, the two different lenses. Now, within this example, is I'm going to show you actually looking for that D3300, that Nikon D3300 that we mentioned, and how I can actually find it within that price range. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to a really common photography website, which is B&H Photo. The reason I'm going there is that they have a used department. And the reason I like used is that it's going to give me an opportunity to maybe bring down the price points to fit even more within my budget. It'll also open up things like refurbished options and things like that, which again, just help bring the price down so I can fit everything I want within that price point. And so let's go ahead and take a look. I've done the research already, so you don't have to see me navigating all the screens and just doing the research. But if I know I want that Nikon D3300, those two different lenses, I went to B&H Photo and I went to their used department. And take a look at what I found. Currently available is I found this Nikon D3300, but what's great about it is that it is refurbished, so we'll talk about that in just a moment, but I'm getting everything that I wanted within this package. I'm getting the camera body, I'm getting more of a standard to wide lens, and I'm also getting a telephoto lens, so I'm getting that range, in this case, 18 to 55, and that second lens of 55 to 200. So I'm getting a lot of versatility in what I'm able to focus with and the focal length. And so that's a really key thing that I was looking for. The reason that I went to B&H and I went to the used department, as you can see here on the screen, if I were to buy this exact package new, it's going to run $596.95. So call it almost $600. Well, that's well above my $500 price point. But by coming in and looking used or even refurbished, I'm able to get that at $458.95. So call it $460. That's savings of 23%. Now, a few things to keep in mind with refurbished is that basically what refurbished is a lot of times, maybe someone bought the camera, never really used it, but returned it. So Nikon had to repackage it, check it, make sure it met all their standards. It then gets published out as refurbished. There's also a variety of other reasons that maybe a camera would be considered refurbished. But as you see here on the screen, what refurbished means is that it was basically re-looked at by the manufacturer, in this case Nikon, back to the original company's specifications. And so that is key, is that Nikon did look it over. They did say, as far as they're concerned, everything still looks really good as new as can be, and therefore it's launched out as refurbished. So it's a great way to really bring the price point down. I'm comfortable buying things refurbished, but what I encourage you to do is think about your own experiences. Maybe you've bought other electronics in the past refurbished or different experiences. So consider that yourself. Is it worth saving the money today to get that refurbished deal, or would you rather buy it new? Because when you buy it new, you get additional benefits, potentially like the manufacturer's warranty and things like that. So I probably spent a little bit more time than I needed to on the difference of used, new, and refurbished, but it really can make a difference. If your budget is tight, or you're really trying to stay right in a specific range, $500 in this example, going used or going refurbished can really bring the price down, and the quality is still going to be very, very high in that regards. Last point I'll make on refurbished, I actually bought this MacBook Pro refurbished from Apple, and it's been a great deal. So again, I have great experience with refurbished. I'm comfortable doing that, but you have to think about your own situation and if you're comfortable with it. But assuming you are, take a look at what we can get. It's that camera body we talked about, the two different lenses. The reason I like this Nikon D3300, I'm not going to go into all the technical aspects of it, but 24.2 megapixels. I can get full HD if I do want to record video, 1080p, recording even at 60 frames per second. So a lot of versatility there within the video realm. And then 5 frames per second. So that's if I want to do more of a multi-burst or rapid fire. Again, I'm going to have a telephoto like zoom, so maybe I'm shooting a sporting event, getting 5 frames per second is a pretty good amount of captures for this price point of a camera. And then lastly, again, getting those two lenses, 18 to 55 and 55 to 200. What's great about these lenses, what really has me excited about this full package, both of the lenses have VR, which is vibration reduction. The whole benefit of that, not to get again too technical, is that it's going to help stabilize the lens a little bit in the event my hands are shaking or things like that, which just allow me a little bit more ability to get the shot I want, keep it sharp, keep it in focus by having that vibration reduction. Not every lens from Nikon has that, so it is a little bit of an upgrade within the lens space. So getting that on both the lenses with a great camera in the Nikon D3300, this feels like a great package within the $500 budget price point. All right, so again, this exact package may not always be the exact way to go as time changes, different models will come out, things like that. So it's an example really for now and today to look at, but the most important thing, if you're staying within that $500 price point, Get a camera, look for 2 different lenses with a variety of different focal points. If you can get that all within a $500 price point, you're really gonna be setting things up in a really good way. So what I'd encourage you to do, click the link below. It'll take you right to B&H Photo. You can go to the used department, you can look through refurbished, or you can even browse new if you're more comfortable doing that and really start to find the package that's going to specifically meet your needs within your budget. So now that we've done that, I'm going to go ahead and place the order. And what we're going to do is we'll wait until the shipment comes in. I'll keep going on this video and really show you as I unbox it. We'll take it out, we'll take a few test shots, and we'll really see what we got within this $500 price point. Okay, fast forward. We've now received the Nikon D3300 and the 2 lenses in the mail. Again, we bought them refurbished, so they came in these boxes, as you can see. So that's important to note. You're not going to get the brand new Nikon boxes. You get these refurbished boxes, but in the end, that doesn't really matter in my opinion, but I wanted to make you aware of it. And so let me just give you a few initial thoughts. At this point, I've only shot with it twice in very quick and simple occasions, but I'll show you a few of those images at the end. But it's a really good entry-level camera. In fact, it gives me the full controls of everything I need to be able to go in, adjust the exposure settings, things like that, and shoot in RAW, which is very important, which you'll see in some of the images, how I was able to process them. And it really is a great setup for $500. I've got the D3300, I've got the 18 to 55 VR lens, and then I've got the 55 to 200 VR lens. And first impressions, great setup. I really like the 55 to 200 lens. So if you are going to buy this setup, I highly encourage you to add this lens. You'll see some of the images. It just gives you a lot of additional versatility. This is really the highlight of the package, in my opinion, early on. And so in the box, let me show you a few things. This is the box that the 55 to 200 lens came in. Came with the lens. In addition, an important note is that I did get a 90-day limited warranty, even though it was refurbished. So that is a nice touch within that package as well. And that came on both the camera and the lenses. And then in addition to the camera, I bought a memory card. I bought a 16 gigabyte memory card. And then I've got the battery charger. Obviously the battery came with it as well. A few different cords, USB, RCA cables. Again, 90-day warranty on the lenses and the cameras, and then the strap. And so really simple setup and package, but early impressions, very satisfied with the overall setup that I was able to get. The D3300, the 2 lenses, all for under $500. So let me close this video out by just showing you a few of the shots. So once I got it, I had the opportunity to go play in a golf tournament, so I brought the gear with me. And then I had a few moments with Shaylin, my daughter, in the backyard, and even took a few pictures of my mother-in-law's dog. So let me show you a few of those shots and really show you how it all came together. Here's a few images of the golf tournament. You can see a few of the shots. I was able to use a fast shutter speed, freeze the ball in action. It was really a tough day to shoot, to be honest with you. Really bright sunlight, not ideal lighting, but the camera held up well. Here's another shot a little bit closer up. Again, I shot in RAW, which I encourage everybody to do, and this kit certainly has the ability to do that. Be able to do this black and white processing, which I think looks really nice. Here's coming out of the bunker, freezing the ball. Again, great ability to capture the moment exactly like I wanted with the camera and the gear. Another black and white shot. I just really like that, processing that look of it. And then here's probably my favorite shot that I've got with this gear so far. It's just a simple image, the ball sitting on a tee. I was using the 55 to 200 lens, got low on the ground, but what's great about it is you can see it just completely blew out the background from a focus perspective. Even with this entry-level gear, easily able to do that thanks to the 55 to 200 lens. And I'll quickly go through a few other of the golf shots here. You can see I even got in on the action, played a little golf. Another black and white image. And then the great news is for the tournament of the day, we won the tournament. Had some fun. You can see me there on the right-hand side, popping the champagne, holding the trophy. Fun little tournament between some friends. So we had some good times with that and even able to capture some good shots with the Nikon D3300 getting started. And then second opportunity I had to use it, I went to the backyard with Shaylin. She was swinging on the swing, and you can see I got a few, in my opinion, good shots with the gear, taking pictures of her swinging, and she's tough to focus on. She's moving pretty quick, so got to be able to lock that focus and get those images, which you can see I was able to do for a couple of quick shots. Here's a few pictures of my mother-in-law's dog, little Chihuahua named Diego. And you can see using the 55 to 200 lens, really able to get some nice bokeh in the back and blurring that shot in the background. So overall, really happy with the setup for less than $500, getting the 2 lenses, the Nikon D3300. And the main takeaways here, it doesn't have to be this exact setup, but if you're gonna go in for an entry-level kit, trying to stay in that $500 budget, try to get a couple of different lenses. It really will increase the versatility of what you're able to do. And don't be afraid to shop used or refurbished. And check out the links below. It'll take you to B&H. You can shop, you can browse, look for a setup of your own, and certainly get started shooting with some of this gear. Now that you've watched this video, please subscribe to the photographytv.com YouTube channel. And then go to photographytv.com to see the full library of all the videos and content available. Thanks for watching, and check out photographytv.com.